Hi, that is Lenten. Today, we're talking about a biopharmaceutical company that's having trouble with one of its products. Even though it is very hard to develop an effective vaccine, the company was hyping its development of the medication. However, when phase 3 trial results came out, most shareholders and analysts were not pleased with the result. Hence, the stock started to drop. The company they're talking about is Cel Sci. In today's video, we're talking about how Cel Sci have been struggling recently. Before we continue, please smash the like button. And if you'd like to see more such videos, please subscribe to this channel. Firstly, we'll be talking about the business model of the company. Cel Sci is a biotechnology company that is testing drugs for the treatment of cancer, autoimmune, and infectious disease through the research and development of immunotherapy products. Cel Sci main product is a drug mitigate, an immunotherapeutic agent designed to fight cancer by stimulating the body immune system. Valdikin is currently in phase 3 of clinical trial with the FDA. The therapeutics has also been referred to as leukemia intracranial injections. Multiclean was in phase 2 testing of patients with head and neck cancer in the early 20s, in which it demonstrated tumor reducing abilities. In June 2021, the company announced that the study missed its primary endpoint. Secondly, we're talking about the company's European patients of its new technology. Cel Sci lead technology related to peptide construct that may be useful in the treatment or prevention of autoimmune disease, particularly rheumatoid arthritis, asthma, allergies, and host versus graft rejection. Quote, the basic goal of the technology is to modulate the immune system of a patient with rheumatoid arthritis and other autoimmune disease away from the body attacking itself to a more normal immune response when the body does not attack itself. This should result in a decrease or elimination of the symptoms of a disease. We are in the process of completing pre-in studies for Cel 4000 being developed against renal arthritis and hope to start human studies with Cel 4000 next year. LIPS is also currently tested at the University of Georgia Vaccine Center against COVID-19, said Dr. Daniel Zimmerman, Senior Vice President of Research Cellular Immunology. The LIP platform technology is being developed as a potential therapeutic vaccine for rheumatoid arthritis under Phase 1 and 2 SBIR grants of over $1.7 million from the National Institute of Arthritis and Musculoskeletal and Skin Disease NIAMS of the US National Institute of Health, which was used in part to fund IND, enables studies in non-human primates. LIPS is a patent T-cell modulation peptide inhibitor delivery technology that enables Cel Sci to design and synthesize proprietary peptide emulsion. LIPS compound consists of a small T-cell binding peptide ligand linked with a disease-associated peptide antigen. Usually given after the disease process is initiated and underway. That is not being used as a preventive agent or conventional preventive vaccine. Next, we'll be talking about one of its applications. Cel Sci announced its lead COVID-19 peptide delivered as a treatment following the COVID-19 virus challenge, achieved a 40% survival rate in transgenic mouse models as compared to 0% survival in the two control groups in studies conducted at the University of Georgia Center for Vaccine and Immunology. Scientists at the university, working in conjunction with Cel Sci scientific team, conducted a challenging studies in human ACE2 receptor transgenic mice infected with a dose of COVID-19 virus sufficient to cause death in all animals within 8 days. This transgenic animal model is used to study COVID-19 disease because the mice express the molecular that provide entry for the SARS-CoV-2 virus into human cells. Virus infection is optimized in this animal model, providing an ideal system to determine vaccine-induced immune production or therapy against the infection of humans. An additional study conducted using lips as a vaccine to prevent disease results in similar findings to the above study, but with a slightly lower level of statistical significance. Quote, "We are highly encouraged by these results, which clearly show our lead COVID-19 peptide produced a survival benefit in a very credible animal model, which mimics the virus effects in humans. A critical benefit of this mechanism of action is its focus on highly conserved portions within the nuclear proteins of the virus. This may become very important as mutations in the COVID-19 that could limit a vaccine or treatment protection have already been reported. While LIP can potentially work like a vaccine, the greater need though is to provide better treatment for the acute disease stage and also for the long-term complication of the virus. Helping those patients is our goal," stated Cel Sci CEO Greg Kestin. Finally, we'll be talking about the study made by a company that missed the primary endpoint. Cel Sci plummeted after the biotech said its treatment for squamous cell carcinoma missed its primary endpoint in a phase 3 study. Cel Sci said that the phase 3 study for its immunotherapy Mutikin indicate a significant overall survival benefit for patients who receive the treatment regime followed by surgery and radiotherapy, but not for patients who had chemotherapy added to the same treatment. Patients treated with the Mutikin treatment regime plus standard of care compared with standard care alone had an overall survival benefit of 14.15% at 5 years, which exceeded the predefined 10% overall survival benefit set out for the study population as a whole. When the complete study population to which the Mutikin regime was administered at a higher risk as compared to control, the study did not achieve its primary endpoint of 10% improvement in overall survival. The overall survival benefit of 41% at 5 years for the lower risk subgroup exceeded the 10% overall survival benefit set out for the study population as a whole. The chemotherapy was given intravenously and may have negated the survival benefit in part by Mutikin immunotherapy in these patients, the company said. No safety issues for Mutikin were found during or as a result of its administration, including no leg effects in the overall treated patient population, the company said. Next, we're talking about a security firm on behalf of investors calling out the Cel Sci have engaged in security fraud on other unlawful business practice. Promise LLP is investigating claims on behalf of investors or Cel Sci Corporation. On June 28, 2021, Cel Sci issued a press release announcing that the phase 3 study for the company's Mutikin immunotherapy candidate missed its primary endpoint for primarily squamous cell carcinoma of the head and neck. On this news, SCI stock price fell $11.39 per share of 45.41% on June 28, 2021. In conclusion, Cel Sci cancer treatment did not produce results that both shareholders and the company liked. As such, the stock started to decline. Even though the company has created a new technology, could not make use of its new technology. Moreover, there's a law firm that fears that the company has conducted unfair practice to its shareholder. To me, it makes sense why. Even when there's clarity of the current situation of a company, I will not be a buyer of the company. With that, thank you for a nice day. Goodbye.